If you want to be successful as a facility manager or building owner, you must know how to achieve compliance with the Building Safety Act. Hi, I'm Liam, and today we'll run through a checklist you can follow to achieve compliance with the Building Safety Act, which is the biggest change to construction and operation of buildings in generations. Although originally for high-rise residential buildings, the Building Safety Act now covers all high-risk buildings. In fact, if you apply the principles to all of your assets, you will find your buildings in a much better state. If you own or are responsible for maintaining a high-risk building, you have immediate actions to take. And today, I want to help you with this process. So let's make a start. Step 1 is to create your asset register. One key outcome of the Hackett review was that all new and existing buildings that fall within scope must have a golden thread of information available in a digital format that allows someone to understand a building and keep it safe. This information needs to be accurate, easily understandable, and accessible to everybody who needs it. To maintain your building and assets safely and compliantly, first you need to understand exactly what is contained within the building and its location. An asset register is key, and even if you already have one, it's worth checking that your asset register contains the following: an asset location detailed by building, floor, room number and room name, links to CIBSE Guide M estimated economic life, so you can project future capital cost for replacement and plan for that replacement. Assets mapped to the relevant SFG 20 maintenance schedules. Refrigerants used in systems recorded, for example a DX unit. Pressure of pressure vessels recorded. And photographic evidence of each asset's condition. Step number 2 is ensuring compliance. Staying on top of all relevant legislative and regulatory updates that affect your maintenance activities involves a considerable amount of time and effort. If you're currently managing this task in-house, then you may want to consider outsourcing this to SFG 20. It is extremely likely that you will make a financial saving in doing so, whilst also gaining peace of mind knowing that a dedicated team of technical authors are taking care of that mountain of work for you. If you are not 100% sure that all of your maintenance activities are compliant, then let us know and we'll be able to put you on the right path. It's also worth noting that if you outsource your maintenance activities, it's essential to audit your contracted work to ensure that the work is being completed to your specification by people with the right skills and with the right frequency. Sometimes this results in fewer site visits, which can save you money. 2 quick and easy questions that you should be asking your FM contractors are: how do they monitor changes in legislation, regulation and best practice? And when did they last update their maintenance plans in line with changes to regulation? Step number 3 is tracking, monitoring and evidencing compliant maintenance. With compliance in the spotlight, it is critical that all maintenance activities can be tracked, monitored and evidenced. Ask yourself, is your maintenance data readily accessible and could it be shared quickly? Is your maintenance data recorded in a consistent way across all of your estates and buildings? And if you outsource part or all of your maintenance, is your data recorded consistently? If you have answered no to any of these questions, then you need to consider what steps you are going to put in place to make this happen. By using SFG 20, you'll be able to track, monitor and evidence maintenance, not only for tasks completed by in-house teams, but also for tasks that you outsource. Step 4 is managing digital transformation. You must maintain a golden thread of information about your buildings. Having a golden thread will mean that those responsible will have easily accessible, reliable, up-to-date and accurate information. Without this information, it's very difficult to manage buildings safely. Risk owners must be able to track, monitor and evidence compliance. A digital audit trail is your legal protection and insurance, so companies need to prepare a long-term strategy for their digital transformation. Issues such as security, scalability, availability, resilience, privacy, auditability are likely to become more prevalent. So it's important to ensure that any IT partners you choose can prevent or overcome all of these types of issues. It's worth pointing out that most people find that adapting a digital strategy ends up saving them rather than costing them money. If you do not already record all your maintenance tasks digitally and consistently across your estate, you have some serious work to do. Planning a new build or major refurbishment? You need step 5. It's important you consider maintenance early in the process. 80% of a building's cost throughout its lifetime comes from operation and maintenance, whereas construction costs account for the remaining 20%. It's important you understand the likely costs associated with maintaining a building before designs are finalised, as the maintenance cost must be affordable to remain compliant. For those responsible for commissioning buildings and architects, often there is a level of guesswork that occurs when it comes to forecasting the costs of maintaining new buildings. For example, gross internal floor area is used as a proxy, which does not consider the type or number of assets to maintain within the building, or the human resource that will be required to maintain the asset. This means that there can be a large variance in actual maintenance costs, which can result in financial and resource planning challenges, based on choices no one knows about until it's too late at building handover stage. You must consider what maintenance tasks need to occur, which tasks are critical for compliance versus optimal, and resource requirements in terms of number of man hours and skill sets required. Now, that's a lot to digest. So to make this easy, you can download the Building Safety Act checklist via the link in the description. Did you enjoy this video? Subscribe today to get the latest tips from SFG 20, the industry standard for building maintenance.